By the way, tell me about your 6 investigation teams. I'm quite interested. If I meet you in the future, I'll be mentally prepared and won't offend you. Zhang Yi said with a smile. Bailey Changqing was very generous. It doesn't matter. Anyway, in Blizzard City, everyone knows our name. The 6 investigation teams were personally established by Commander ZHANG. They are God, Demon, Ironblood, Black Robe, Rose, and Samsara. Each team has its own style and is very easy to identify. Our Black Robe team is all in black combat uniforms. The God team is in silver combat uniforms, which is the highest technological masterpiece of the Dung family. The other 4 investigation teams are all on missions outside and are not in Blizzard City for the time being. The characteristics of the Rose team are the most obvious because all their members are women. Zhang Yi nodded and remembered the general idea in his mind. It can be seen that the affairs of the Jiangnan region are indeed very busy. Otherwise, there would not be a regional conference held here, and there would be 4 investigation teams on missions outside. In other words, people think that 2 investigation teams are enough to guard here. Deng Shentong. Zhang Yi thought of the handsome man just now and couldn't help but silently recite his name. How does this person's strength compare to Bian Junwu? Zhang Yi looked at Bailey Changqing. Zhang Yi already had a basic judgment of his ability in his heart, but Zhang Yi didn't know the level of Deng Shentong's strength. Bailey Changqing's face became serious when he heard Deng Shentong's name. I said that he is very talented. This is related to the Dung Group behind him. The Dung Group's foundation is very terrifying, and its industries involve multiple high-tech fields. Among them is biotechnology. Deng Shentong's current powerful strength is inseparable from the full training of their family. If we only talk about superpowers, he is stronger than Team Bian. After all, he doesn't have huge superpower side effects like Team Bian. Zhang Yi's heart trembled. He is very clear about how powerful the destructive power of Bian Junwu's destruction is. This Deng Shentong's ability is even higher than Bian Junwu. In fact, this person's strength is not inferior to him, Zhang Yi. This is definitely a dangerous person. It's best not to provoke him. Bailey Changqing added, of course, strength cannot be generalized by the strength of supernatural powers. In terms of combat experience, Captain Bian is far better than him. Zhang Yi nodded. Having strong abilities is one part, and being able to fully exert one's strength in battle is also very important. Here, I have to reiterate the theory of shuriken and pebbles. Zhang Yi looked at Bailey Changqing with interest. Then do you know what his ability is? Bailey Changqing glanced at Zhang Yi. Why are you asking this? Even if you know, I advise you not to fight him. Zhang Yi waved his hands repeatedly. I'm just a little curious. I was fooled by him just now, and I'm a little worried that he will attack me in the future. Bailey Changqing smiled. You don't worry. As the captain of the God team, he is conceited. But as long as you don't violate the rules of the region, he won't attack you. As for his ability, I really don't know, because there are only a few people in the Jiangnan region who can make him attack. When Bailey Changqing shook his head, his eyes were clearly bitter. Although he has become the captain of the Black Robe team, it does not mean that his strength is enough to compete with the other 5 people. He is still far away from the level of Bian Junwu and Deng Shentong. A barely detectable smile passed through the corners of Zhang Yi's mouth. Bailey Changqing did not know Deng Shentong's ability, but he noticed a little bit. The ability of multiple figures is not a clone, but an illusion. From the beginning, the image of him sitting on the chair in front of Zhang Yi was false. Zhang Yi is a space mutant, and he is most sensitive to the fluctuations of space. So he knew that Deng Shentong had been hiding in the room, and then suddenly appeared behind him, pretending to have the ability to transform into thousands of incarnations. The reason why Zhang Yi let him touch his shoulder was just to hide his ability. However, to be honest, this ability is indeed very powerful. If used well, it can kill people silently. But if it is used against Zhang Yi, the outcome is hard to say. At least his invisibility is not very effective for Zhang Yi. Of course, Deng Shentong can become the captain, and his strength is at the level of Bian Junwu, so he must have other abilities. If it is not necessary, Zhang Yi is unwilling to conflict with him. It would be best if they can become friends. But when he thought of his arrogant temper, Zhang Yi couldn't help but sigh. Forget it. He has no interest in currying favor with the powerful. Bailey Chang King brought Zhang Yi to the box on the 7th floor. From here, you can look down at the scene below and see the chaotic scene of fun in the bar. Here, you can also indulge your inner desires. Those fierce men, holding bottles of wine in their left hands and hugging the charming women in their right hands, do whatever they want under the dim lights. The blue lights are shining on the central stage, and 6 women in cool clothes are dancing there. The scene is erotic, and the desire is sinking. "It's really lively," Zhang Yi commented with a smile. "How about it? Do you like it here?" Hey, it's very difficult for you to go to such a place in Tianhai City to play." Zhang Yi glanced at him lightly and said lightly, "Believe me, as long as I want, this kind of thing is very easy to do." Bailey Chang King scratched his head helplessly. "Well, I almost forgot that you are already the local emperor of Tianhai City." Zhang Yi sat on the sofa, lazily crossing his legs. Bailey Chang King asked, "What kind of wine do you like to drink?" Zhang Yi shook his head. "Forget about wine, drinking will delay things. After all, you can rest in Blizzard City, and I came here to do something." Bailey Chang King nodded. "Okay then. What do you want to know from me? But let me make it clear first. There are some things I can tell you, but there are some things I can't tell you." Zhang Yi smiled faintly. "Don't worry, what I'm asking is not a secret." He looked at Bailey Chang King and said with a meaningful smile, "You know, I'm not interested in coming to Blizzard City. I just want to confirm what we need to do for this gathering." Bailey Chang King rubbed his hands. "This matter is actually related to the death of Captain Bian." Hearing Bian Junwu, Zhang Yi couldn't help but be solemn. Bian Junwu did make a great contribution to the killing of Yuan Kongye. Bailey Chang King said, "This is the first time that a captain-level figure has died. It has caused concern among the top leaders of the headquarters. If the headquarters continues to send troops out to perform missions in the future, there may be casualties among the top mutants. That's why we have to mobilize local forces to preserve the existing mutant strength in Blizzard City. Of course, it is also to avoid internal friction and facilitate the management of the entire Jiangnan region." Zhang Yi had thought about what Bailey Chang King said, but this was not what he was most concerned about. "I want to know, will you conduct compulsory conscription? Zhang Yi's strength is first class in the entire Jiangnan region. This strength cannot be hidden forever. If the headquarters forces him to come here and become a member of the investigation team one day, Zhang Yi will not be happy." Bailey Chang King was silent. He thought for a while and replied, "I don't know about this either, but I can tell you that absorbing powerful forces from the surrounding areas is what we have been doing all along. Blizzard City has a permanent population of more than 1 million. Most of them are not locals. We have strict screening criteria for every resident. If the contribution is not enough, they will be expelled. And if we find very capable people in the outside world, we will also absorb them. That's why even a strong mutant like Captain Bian has to work hard to complete tasks. Because he has a family, and if he wants to maintain a high standard of living for his family, he must continue to complete tasks to earn points." When it comes to points, Bailey Chang King explained to Zhang Yi, "Here, money is useless, and even jewelry and gold and silver are scrap copper and rotten iron. Only points are the universal currency." Zhang Yi took a sip of hot water, looked at Bailey Chang King and asked leisurely, "So that means that the Jiangnan district is likely to select some members to join the investigation team of the headquarters in this large-scale recruitment, right?" "It's hard to say about this," Bailey Chang King said with a smile. "At least for an outstanding mutant like you, I'm afraid the top management will try their best to keep you." Facing Bailey Chang King's ridicule, Zhang Yi smiled and said, "But if I come, it will be hard to explain your matter." In the task report of killing Yuan Kongye, Zhang Yi was marginalized. But Zhang Yi showed his strength, and Bailey Chang King couldn't explain it to Zhu Zheng. Sure enough, Bailey Chang King's face was slightly uncomfortable. If you like my content and want to keep up with future updates, hit that subscribe button. Leave a like if you enjoyed the video.